Hello and welcome to a Dirt Rally 2.0 video. We're doing one of the daily challenges. We're at the Zarobka stage, Poland, in the R2 class Ford Fiesta front wheel drive. Quite a nice little car to drive actually, and certainly going to be pushed to its limits here at Poland. It's a bit of a tough stage, this one. A lot of high speed a lot of high-speed sections, so you really got to get your lines right, otherwise things can go quite wrong. As you can see straight away, we're going pretty quickly. Managed to get around that turn alright. One thing I did find with this car actually is it has a lot more grip than what you think, and we're just really getting towards the edge of the track there, which is what you want to do, get those lines as wide as possible. I did find myself scrubbing off a little bit too much speed into some of these bends, just because I really underestimated the grip of this car. For a front wheel drive car, it has tons and tons of grip. It is a little bit twitchy though, especially with it being front wheel drive. Of course, you've got the lift off oversteer, and you've got to be careful with the traditional front wheel drive understeer coming out as well. But we managed to hold it together quite well so far. Another high speed section, just nearly losing the car, but managing just to save it there as we come into a pretty tight corner. Ooh, just clipped the barrier there and managed to narrowly miss a tree. So yeah, that were a bit of a mistake there, lost a bit of time. But we should be alright as we go into a bit of a tarmac section, back onto the gravel again. It is quite, catches you out sometimes, does this, with just the random patches of tarmac here and there. The car really bites, which you've got to look out for. And then just a bit of understeer there, but nothing catastrophic. I really did enjoy driving this car actually. Normally I prefer the more powerful four-wheel drive cars, but this is quite a fun one. So we've got a jump coming up, and you've got to be very careful over the jumps here, because you can find the track sometimes can just very easily just go away from you as you go over the jump, so you've got to watch out for those. As we come into a tight left-hander now. I find using the handbrake in front wheel drive cars isn't always the quickest way around. It depends on how tight the corner is. But yeah, I don't tend to use the handbrake as much in the front wheel drive cars. As we get right to the edge of the track, just missing the logs on the edge there, and managing to keep it nice and tidy. And come into a 3 left then, try and snipe the apex. Again, just scrubbed off a little bit too much speed there, underestimating the grip of this car. Very easily done, as we just clip the hedge there on the side, and again can really unsettle the car and upset it a little bit, and that cost us a little bit of time, but we're still in one piece, which is the main thing. It's kind of a good tactic when you're rallying, is to not crash. There's a top tip for you there. As we hit the apex nicely, again nearly lose the rear of the car there, but you just counter steer and slam on the power. Pretty much sorts that out. Again, just a bit of understeer there, where we kept it in, just managed to hold on. I've just realised I've put my face cam over the over the rev meter there, so I'll remember to change that for the next video. That was a small oversight on my part, but anyway, got a tight right-hander now onto another long, quite high-speed section. You've really just got to get the line right through here and try and snipe your apexes and use all the width of the track there. And, yeah, just try and pick out your apexes. You've really got to read the road quite far ahead and make sure the car's in the right place. Now this is a bit of a tighter technical section, and it's quite a tricky one to get right in a front wheel drive car, where we managed just to miss these bales that seem to litter this track. And we managed to get around there nice and in one piece. Again, another bit of a tarmac section, then goes on to the gravel, and you just lose that grip, and it can catch you out a little bit. Another little bit of tarmac, then back onto the gravel. So you've really got to watch out for that. So more high-speed sections. I just clipped the hedge there. Managed to hold on. That could have been a big disaster, but we lost a lot of time there. Alright, as again, just trying to find his way. You can really use the tree line to kind of read the road in the bits kind of over the crest that you can't see. They come at you very quickly though, so you got to react, of course. Where it's been not a bad stage so far. A couple of minor mistakes, like I say, we're all in one piece. As we come to again a tight turn, tightens 3 over crest, so you've really got to make sure you land on your feet when you're going into that turn. So sometimes I like to just scrub off a bit of speed going over the jump, just to make sure I have the grip ready and available for when we go into the corner. Again, more high speed, long sweeping stuff. So it's quite a long stage, this one actually. I think around about 7 miles, something like that. Maybe a bit more. I can't remember exactly how much it is. Alright, we're in the second half of the stage, maybe the last third of the stage, something like that. Quite good progress. I don't have it up on my heads-up display. I like to, now when I'm racing, even in circuit racing, I like to have a very minimal heads-up display. Bouncing off the limiter there as we're really pushing the car to its limit around these fast sections. You could see there just going right to the edge of the track, just managing to hold on. As we've got to be careful here, watch out for the buildings. And then someone decides to leave some hay bales in the middle of the track, which is rather inconvenient. I'm really not good at those chicanes. I really don't like them. And we just have to move my cursor that seems to be popping up with a bouncing. Again, random bits of tarmac, so the car's going to bite, have a bit more grip here, and then onto the gravel again. Oh, going right to the edge of the track once again. As we've got quite a nice line there. Again, the back end getting just a little bit twitchy, but as long as you keep your foot down and don't lift too much, it kind of pulls that rear end straight, the front wheel drive. Again, you can see there every now and then you'll just get these twitches that you have to correct, so it can be a bit tricky to drive at high speeds, this car, but it's not too bad. It's a lot easier than the rear wheel drive cars, that's for sure. Again, just scrubbed off a bit too much speed into that turn, so yeah, just don't underestimate the grip of this car. I think what I was worried about was the understeer coming out the corners, so yeah, that's why I ended up, I think, scrubbing off a bit too much speed, but it's alright. As again, just losing a bit of speed there, not using all the track. But we get a decent line. As we're coming now towards the end of the stage. There's an unseen turn. They're always difficult to judge of these. You just got to kind of slam the brakes and hope you made it in time, which we do. Do that about right. Could have probably gone a bit quicker, but it's okay. And here we are then over the finish line, where I have a massive crash. If you are going to crash, the finish line is the best place to do it, just so long as you pass the finish line before you crash. But anyway, let's see how we did. An 8 minutes 38.3 as my alarm starts going off. But yeah, there we go. So we did alright there. The 30th best rally driver in the world confirmed. So yeah, quite happy with that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, you know which buttons to click, and I'll see you in the next one.